stream. Skyrim. It's a good game. You don't think so? You have to restart.
I prefer Snow Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers. Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the Betrayed. Of course, you're here for Auriel's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance. I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother. The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the Betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auriel would allow this to happen. They swept into the Chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause. The Chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins, but we were no match for the Betrayed's sheer numbers. They slaughtered everyone, and stormed the inner sanctum where I believe they corrupted Vertha. He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting. Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a knight paladin of Auriel, and an assault on the Betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death. Yes, let me show you.
So this is Snow Elf magic. Incredible.
This structure is known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the Chantry was a place of enlightenment. Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auriel to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin of the way shrine's center and proceed to the next way shrine.
So these initiates had to lug around a heavy pitcher of water. Marvelous. How long would they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the Chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archcurate himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out? Makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. We need to do all that nonsense to get into the temples so we can kill your brother and claim Auriel's bow.
I know how it all sounds. But if there was another way, I'd have done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the initiate's footsteps and traveling from way shrine to way shrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment. There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the Chantry. Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But before I send you on your way, you'll need the initiate's ewer. Once you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened. This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey. Questions? I expected as much. We were once a wealthy and prosperous society that occupied a portion of Skyrim. Unfortunately, we were constantly at war with the Nords, who claimed the land as their ancestral.
Hey, just to see if you're interested in the game, I'm gonna put the audio through. I want you to listen to the lore or listen to the storytelling of it.
Manner of speaking. We had always maintained an uneasy alliance with the underground-dwelling dwarves, and when faced with extinction, we turned to them for help. Surprisingly, they agreed to protect us, but demanded a terrible price. The blinding of our race.
Everyone couldn't have possibly agreed to that.
There were splinter groups that resisted the agreement, and even some that sought alternate alliances. But when it was all said and done, those elves were either slaughtered, vanished, or gave up and took the dwarves' bargain.
What turned your people into the betrayed?
I've often asked myself that very same question. The blinding of my race was supposedly accomplished with a toxin. Certainly not enough to devolve them into the sad and twisted beings they've become.
Who are the spectral prelates you mentioned before?
They're ghosts of the snow elf priests that tended the way shrines before being slaughtered by the betrayed. Through the grace of Auriel, they were restored to their spectral form to enable them to continue their duties.
Good. So could they be able to help us?
I'm afraid in their current form, they still believe the Chantry to be an active center of worship. They won't respond to you in any way other than believing that you're an initiate and you're undertaking the journey to the inner sanctum.
Why weren't the snow elves here affected?
The Chantry is quite isolated, so it took some time for word of the dwarves' offer to reach us here. By the time the compact had been completed, it was too late for us to even attempt to intervene.
Is that why you had retained your sight? Your eyesight?
Correct. We only numbered perhaps 100 at the time, so our presence remained a secret to the dwarves and the Nords. Ironically, our undoing came at the hands of our own people.
You mean the betrayed?
Yes. They swarmed the Chantry in vast numbers until we were completely overrun. We never really stood a chance. I assumed that the Archcurate was corrupted by them when they found a way to breach the inner sanctum.
There are others here like you?
Verther and myself are the only two snow elves that remain.
What is the Chantry of Auriel?
This is, or was, the epicenter of our religion. Most of the snow elf people worshipped Auriel. The Chantry was constructed near the beginning of the First Era to provide a retreat for those that wish to become enlightened.
Most snow elves?
Our empire had temples to some of the other deities. Trinimac, Ciribane, Yffrey, and Finister rounded out the rest. But those temples paled in comparison to the glory of the Chantry and its way shrines.
The way shrines are part of the Chantry then.
Oh yes. They were an important part of the process here. They represented the steps the initiates took on the path to total enlightenment. Sadly, the magic used to construct these wonders were lost long before I arrived here. May Auriel keep you free from harm.
Yes? Not much. If you read any history, it shows up from time to time, but it's a hard thing to track. As far as I know, though, it's never been held by a vampire. That would be a new one. Auriel is one of the elven gods. He's with the rest of them in Aetherius. The way I've heard it, the sun represents the connection from our world to theirs. Supposedly, the bow draws its energy from the sun itself, which is why it shows up in that prophecy.
What exactly does it do?
That part, I don't know. Once we have it, hopefully it'll be obvious.
Questions? I expected as much.
You know whose voice sounds like? The actor
Which one?
that played Aragorn.
That wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would be. Kind of soothing, actually. I feel a little warmer now.
Just her talking. Right now, I'm on a quest, and that quest is, I was just, going through a cave, and I found this huge tomb, this big old crypt in the center of the cave. And when I went into the center of it, there was like this pedestal, and my character, whenever I like interacted with it, I touched this like thingy, and it kept my hand down, and it like punctured my hand, I guess, and took blood. And when it took my blood, the entire crypt started to unlock. It's like it needed blood to unlock itself. Very, very fucking creepy. I was very freaked out. And the crypt unlocks, and this little tomb or this coffin comes out of the center, and this woman, very, very hot looking woman, just pops out of it. She's a vampire.
About her hotness or
She's very hot. We love Serana. She's awesome. But she pops out of the tomb, and she's just like, hey. And you're like, hey. She's just like, what year is it? And you're like, well. And then you just kind of like explain who you are, and she's just like, okay. Well, this is kind of awkward. I kind of expected to be awoken by one of my kind, you know, since this was built by us. And I'm like, oh, well, that didn't happen. So what do you want to do now? And she's like, I want to go home. And I'm like, okay, I'll escort you there. Where do you live? And she's like, in a vampiric castle up north. And I'm like, cool, let's go. So I take her there. And at the front gate, before we go in, she's like, okay, hold on. Before we enter, there's something you might need to know. She's like, and I'm like, what? She's like, I am the heir. And I'm like, uh-huh. And she's like, I'm the daughter of the vampire lord who owns this whole fucking castle. I'm like, uh-huh. And she's like, he doesn't like humans at all. And I'm like, yeah, saw that coming. She's like, so just shut the fuck up and let me do the talking. And I'm like, word. We walk in there, and he's like, oh, it's been hundreds and hundreds of years, my daughter, you're finally free, and all this good stuff. And who's this friend you've brought along with you? They smell whatever, rah, rah, rah. And she's like, well, this is my friend who helped me get home, and they helped me get out of the thing that you put me in. And it's like, oh. So there's some daddy issues there, and she's like really mad, and they start having a whole father-daughter fight, and you're just sitting there wondering if they're gonna get mad and eat you or something, and you're like, Turns out the dad is a wingman. He is bent on this prophecy written by their people that total control can be
control of what?
of the sun. They want control of the sun so that they're yeah, they want control of it to turn it red so that they can come out during night and day. It's something to take over for their race.
Okay.
There's a prophecy that if they were to there's a prophecy that entails they need to acquire the bow of Auriel, which is a god in the elven religion, obtain his bow and tip it with the blood of a purebred vampire lord, and Serana is one of them. And then you shoot that arrow into the sun, and it takes over the sun's power. It becomes a vampiric sun. And it's like, vampires can do that. They can come out in day now. They can shut in the night. The only problem is the dad is a wingbat, and he's going to the length to obtain this prophecy for his people and his race at the cost of his daughter's life, because she was taken care of. So we are going is nice. Listen,
Yes?
I'm gonna ask her again, what does she know about Auriel's bow?
Not much. If you read any history, it shows up from time to time, but it's a hard thing to track. As far as I know, though, it's never been held by a vampire. That would be a new one.
What does the bow have to do with the sun?
Auriel is one of the elven gods. He's with the rest of them in Aetherius. The way I've heard it, the sun represents the connection from our world to theirs. Supposedly, the bow draws its energy from the sun itself, which is why it shows up in that prophecy.
What exactly does the bow do?
That part, I don't know. Once we have it, hopefully it'll be obvious.
Ta-da! Once we have it, let's focus on this.
Where'd you come from? That wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would be. Kind of soothing, actually. I feel a little warmer now. Where'd you come from? Who's there? I knew I heard something. I knew I heard something. heard something? I still remember the fight. Done and done. Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from? Done and done. Who's there? Where'd you come from? That'll teach you. Who's there? I knew I heard something. I'm not gonna die like this. That'll teach you. Who's there? I knew I heard something. Done and done.
What did you just take a screenshot of?
The totem itself, this looks cool. Just that. Oh
Gotcha.
my god. Back the fuck up, dude. I don't know how I have that already at level 21, but whatever. That's crazy.
Where'd you come from?
Oh my god, what the fuck? That wasn't even that low.
Hmm?
That wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would
Oh
be.
my god.
Kind of soothing, actually. yourself. Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
Bad kitty. Oh, Happy, you're gonna love this. I remember this place. The scenery is pretty. That's all. I haven't been here in a while.
This is the kind of thing I've been wanting to see. Makes everything else worth
Mixed
it.
with the music too. Do you see that fucking skeleton? Oh my god. I'm a fucking hunter. I swear to God. I'm so good. Oh fuck. That is a creature that wants to hurt me.
Where'd you eat?
Get frozen, fuck ass. That'll freeze. Stupid ass savior. You reanimated the fucking deer, Serana. Really?
I think that's another way shrine up there. Here you go.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Illumination. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auriel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Then behold Auriel's gift, my child. May it light your path as you seek tranquility within the inner sanctum.
The deer can't come. I'm sorry. We're not doing that. Thank God the deer didn't come with us. This is about to be really pretty when you see it, because the music is prepping. I'm trying to time it with the music.
This is incredible. It's like a whole other world. Come on, the bow has to be in this valley somewhere. I heard something.
Oh my God, there's two. Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. Oh my God. What did I do?
You fucked him up.
Oh my God. Poor kitty cat.
My head hurts.
Where'd you come from? Eat! Where'd you come from?
Oh my God. That's embarrassing. Oh, hello. She's so pretty. Boobies.
This is incredible. It's like a whole other world. Come on, the bow has to be in this valley somewhere. Who's there? I knew I heard something. Who's there? Where'd you come from?
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Sight. Then behold Auriel's gift, my child. May it speed your journey to the inner sanctum.
I wonder where this one goes. I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this.
You've reached the way shrine of learning, Initiate. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auriel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? You've reached the way shrine of learning, Initiate. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auriel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Auriel bless you, child, for you are a step closer to the inner sanctum and everlasting wisdom. May Auriel's warmth imbue your body with strength.
I love you, dude.
Where'd you come from?
Look at that view.
I love it. That big ass moon or planet or whatever that is.
You've arrived at the Way Shrine of Resolution. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Auriel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Then go forth, child. May the enrichment of Auriel strengthen your resolve as you undertake your journey to the inner sanctum. May Auriel's glow shield you from your enemy.
It's even prettier. Looks like I have to go into here.
Who's there? Still remember how to fight. Not all of us.